I'm Avira. I'm the CEO and MD of DocsWallet. We are the market leader for documents sending or receiving in India and expanding to the Middle East. The problem is governments, universities, corporate issue these tons and tons of documents to people, maybe a bank statement, visas, letters, a whole lot of documents, and they have to go through a whole lot of processes before it reaches the final destination. This could include notary, signing, stamping, quite a lot. So there's a lot of paper aspects in the whole process, and it's very inefficient. So introducing DocsWallet, we're disrupting the paper life cycle. What happens to the paper when it starts and when it ends? How does it work? We partner governments, universities, and any institution that gives you that piece of paper, which allows you to order that paper document online. That is processed and loaded back into what is called a document wallet. So just like you have a wallet for money, the same way these the documents are loaded in your wallet, and you can now send them to partners who can receive them online. You can also send them as a link as well. So this is a live use case how a university in India, their students are actually using the service to send it to an embassy based out of New Delhi to complete their visa processing requirements. So this is a live case. There is a cost for requesting a document. That's how we make money. And the cost for sending a document. So this is your virtual FedEx or DHL process. The next upgrade, so we've been doing this on the cloud for some time. Now we're moving on to the blockchain because that's the way security and the governments are looking at things. And yes, Dubai has already announced that all the documents to be on the blockchain by 2020. We're counting 100 million documents from the system and creating multiple working models. And this is going to be in partnership with government, startups, private sector, and the investors. It's not going to be a single process. And that's the global scenario that's happening. That's our website. You can log in and check out the details. Like we said, the same way you send money, you're going to be able to send your documents officially online, right? And competition is just starting. Sony just announced just a month back that they're starting a digital system for formatting education credentials, and they only expect to hit the market next year. We're already there. We've got 400 institutions in India, 400 universities in the US, including likes of Stanford, Harvard, accepting transcripts for people who want to study further. Also the bank statements to prove you can study. We have one bank on board. We're yet to crack the attestation market and the KYC market. So if all the documents are certified on your platform, you have an eKYC. Aramix has also said that the winning model is going to be sharing platforms, and existing models won't exist. So they're also in the disruption mode. We have an annualized revenue of $1.2 million. We have an annualized EBITDA of $120,000 as well, so we're a profitable company. We do about 60,000 transactions a year. We have seen 3x revenue increase the last 1 year and 8x revenue increase the last 3 years. We have a great team from finance, technology, marketing, whole lot of from the finance sector and the operation sector as well, so we're really well equipped to take the system global. We've been awarded quite a few awards. Recently, the City for Tech Integrity Challenge and the What in India Economic Forum Top 10 finalist. We are being incubated by IIT Madras in Chennai. We are partners with, one of the accelerators, Microsoft, and we have a global partnership with Adobe to take the e-sign process global for the government as well. We have raised $1.6 million till date, and our ask is $5 million. Of course, go to the blockchain and expand our services. We would be targeting a $90 million revenue by 2021. We have 60,000 transactions a year now. We'll be moving on to 3 million at an average of $30 a transaction. That's a 90 million top line by 2021, which is a minor expectation that we look at if we crack a single market. We have a strong barrier to entry. We create the network effect. That means it becomes very difficult for somebody to replicate our services. Once the government starts using our platform, it becomes difficult to exit it, and we have a global market as well. And we're going to use this money to build government partnerships under the PPP model, implement blockchain. And the last thing is, every once in a while we're exposed to breakthrough technologies. Quite some time it was oil, later it was internet. And blockchain is one of those technologies that's going to see disruption every single industry, and we don't know it, and documentation is part of them, which we are running a company on. Thank you.
Okay. What are your biggest challenges in signing new customers?
So this is a dual platform process. So you have to sign two sides at the same time. It takes a little bit while, but once you sign them on, you become the channel to exchange the documents between two entities. So I have to send, today if I have to send a document from a university, let's say in Kerala, where we've signed up, to the embassy in Saudi Arabia, New Delhi, for an employment visa, this becomes the only channel because they're sure that these documents are actually authentic and not being forged in the process.
You mentioned about India, where you have done the use case already.
Yes.
So what are other markets you think that it's going to
Of course,
the growth?
it's going to be the UAE, of course, and of course the MENA region as well. Paper-based transaction is going to be a thing that passes very soon. There's a lot of wasted time and effort in stamping these documents from multiple places. So that's also going to be on the blockchain, and government has already started. For example, Estonia and Sweden has already started issuing passports on the blockchain. Now, how do you use that as KYC in this region? So you have to have compatible services to use a digitally electronic blockchain passport to open an account in the bank. You're saying you're not going to fill up forms in the banks when you go and want to do something. You say open a bank account. That's it, because all your data is now being fetched from the blockchain system. You apply for a visa. You're not going to fill the forms, attach those documents, and the visa office going verifying everything, because all your data gets fetched from the blockchain system and just give it to this guy, and maybe it might be even automated. I mean, you might not even have people processing visas or even loans or a lot of service. So UAE in the next, especially the MENA and the UAE in the next 5 years is going to be really, really interesting. Because of the movement of blockchain and their vision of the government to move from paper to blockchain, paperless to blockchain.
Any other questions?
Sorry, one last question about digitizing the documents.
Yeah.
So how does that happen using the platform?
So what happens is, if you've got a document, let's say from the let's say an example, the RTO, for example, they're giving you licenses in those cards. So you could make a request to the RTO to give you a digital copy into your wallet. That's the first step. That means you've already got a document. The next time the RTO starts issuing these licenses, you will not get that physical paper in your hand anymore. You will just get it in your wallet, and you would just go on showing your phone. That applies to your car papers. So you can actually apply for older documents as well. That means I want a digitized copy of my driver's license into my phone, which is actually given by the RTO. The same way, it could be loaded as well.
So if I get stopped by a police officer, then they would already have my papers basically in the system.
Absolutely. It's the same way you go to the airport. You remember a time we used to show those paper tickets. Now you just go and show on your phone, you just walk away. So the same thing is the same thing, exactly the replica of what we're doing for a lot of documents. And a lot of industries would disrupt it as well. Like, you won't have to notarize a document because it's already there on the blockchain. How would a notary notarize something that's already there on the blockchain? Because you're starting right from the source. Right? So it's going to be a slightly disruptive process. And I think UAE would be the best place to do it, because the policy has already been announced by the government, saying that all documents have to be mandatorily be on the blockchain by 2020.
Any last questions? Big hand for DocsWallet.